I like this question. Who's the bigger Super Bowl sleeper? Is it the Fins or the Raiders?
Well, I think it's the Raiders. Me personally, I'm very impressed with Miami, and I love the fact that African Americans like Chris Greer, the GM, and Brian Flores, the head coach, are doing the things that they're doing. Major props to them. But I just think that right now, if I had to pick it at this particular moment in time, not the future, not next season or beyond, just right now, I would think about the Las Vegas Raiders. They ran the ball 36 times yesterday, basically mainly with Josh Jacobs, of course, getting the ball about 21 times. They run the football effectively. We understand that. Derek Carr is having a good season. They'll throw the football in the weeks to come with Waller and those boys, but they run the football and they defend. Now, yesterday was damn near a bye week, so it's hard to gauge and change my position because they were going against the Denver Broncos yesterday, who they ramrodded because Denver stinks, and we all know that, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. You're going against Drew Lock. He didn't do anything for the first 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, he had a touchdown, but the bottom line is you didn't expect much from him, and he did not give you much. But I just look at the Raiders right now, just the brand of football that they're playing, particularly with running the football and with their defense keeping them competitive. I like what I see, especially with the elevated efficiency of Derek Carr. Tua Tagovailoa can ball, and I think he's got a tremendous upside. We'll see as the season progresses. But I think with what we're seeing from Derek Carr, what we're seeing from that running game, and what we're seeing from the mystique of the Raiders playing like that to some degree, right now, I just give them a slight edge and from a sleeper status compared to Miami. That's just how I feel about it.
I like Miami, and I agree that football is better when Miami and the Raiders, when the Dolphins and the Raiders, they're like the national teams, the Cowboys, the Steelers, because of what they did in the 70s especially, and the Patriots because of recent times. You know, you have some the Dolphins and the Raiders want to be national teams, and they have a national following, but they're usually not good enough to be there. They are now, and I think the Dolphins have the best shot. Yes, even though they have a rookie quarterback, and some of it has to do with the rookie quarterback, but mostly it has to do with the coach. You brought up Brian Flores, Stephen A., and African-American and minority, so-called minority coaches in the NFL. There are few of them, and imagine how good they had to be to get their positions. Brian Flores, by the way, see that? Right behind me. Brooklyn. That's Brooklyn. That's where he went to high school, Poly Prep in Brooklyn. Brian Flores, who coached all over the place for the New England Patriots for years. What do I always say about the NFL? It's a coaches league, right? Major League Baseball, it's about the GM. NBA, it's about your star player. NFL's about the coach. And they got one in Brian Flores, who last year, this team was so bad, we asked, is it the worst in NFL history? By the end of the season, they beat the Patriots in the game the Patriots needed to have. And right now, they are on a roll. And they're beating good teams on this roll. Whatever you think about the Chargers, they've beaten some good teams. They got a coach. They got a coach. Are they quitting on the coach? No, they're not quitting. He coached them up. They got a coach, and they got a quarterback, too, guys. You know who Tua reminds me of, Tagovailoa, right now, in a way, of Brady or Russell Wilson, or a bit like Dak Prescott when they were first coming into the league, when really they were asked, just don't mess this up. We have a really aggressive, good defense. We got a running game. We got a coach, right? Don't mess this up. But Tua, and then try to be big on third down when we need you to. Can you make a play here and there? But Tua, unlike those guys, didn't come in as a 4th round or a 6th round or a 3rd round pick. He came in as a very high 1st round pick who, had it not been for his injury, may have been the 1st overall pick, right? He came in with the knowledge. We've seen him in big games in college. We know he has upper echelon talent. So not only is he right now just hey, game manage. Just don't mess this up. Let the defense do its thing. Let the running game do its thing. But we know, we've seen it in Tua. We expect that if he does need to make the spectacular play, he ain't surprising anybody by making it. Stephen A., there was once a very talented young Miami quarterback who took him to a Super Bowl right away. They didn't win it, but he took them there. And Tua might be another one.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I hear you guys. I think both of these teams have opportunities to make some noise going down the stretch of the season. Also in the playoffs, you look at the Raiders. The Raiders are the only team to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And now you watch this last stretch that the Miami Dolphins have been on, especially now inserting Tua Tagovailoa and us watching him do a little bit more each and every week. And absolutely, when you think about the coaching of Brian Flores, the way he kept this team together down the stretch last year, the way that he's coached this team and making the difficult decision to move from Ryan Fitzpatrick, who was playing pretty well throughout this season, had this team at 500 on to Tua Tagovailoa because they felt like his ceiling was higher. But, like, the Buffalo Bills don't play football no more? I mean, yeah, they struggle. You had the Tennessee Titans game and then the Kansas City Chiefs game, but Buffalo Bills play both of these teams. And there's going to be the excuses. You lose a guy. If you're the Miami Dolphins, you lose a starting corner, and now you have to play a rookie. That guy was matched up on Stephon Diggs. Xavier Howard is playing better now. But the Buffalo Bills beat the Miami Dolphins. The Buffalo Bills went to Las Vegas and beat the Las Vegas Raiders. And the Buffalo Bills, if not for an amazing play by two of the greatest talents in the NFL, and that's Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, they have another win yesterday, and they're going into the bye week 8-2, and we're talking about the way Josh Allen struggled in the second half, but was able to drive this team. The way
sleepers?
Cole Beasley executed, the way Stephon Diggs executed. I mean, that's not a team we talk about each and every week to win the Super Bowl, right?
I'm just saying, Stephen A. and I were asking about sleepers last week. No one was talking Dolphins or Raiders. I think the Bills, maybe they're a sleeper, but you got a lot of people saying they're the best team in the division, especially a week ago.
Go ahead, Stephen A.
No, I said that's where I agree with Max. And I think the operative word here is sleeper, Ryan. We came in, remember, I came into the season thinking that the Buffalo Bills would win the division. Well, we didn't see Miami coming this quickly, and we didn't see the Raiders. And while we can praise Brian Flores, and I'm going to, I love doing that, I cannot ignore the job that John Gruden has done along with Mike Mayock. They've done a good job. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.